Hey, what's the deal? What's the deal, YouTube? This is your dog tapping in at you. Anyways, how's it growing, eh? It's OG Scotty B Links here, and so I just been kind of, like I said, I was a little sick today, so I just been kind of doing nothing but smoking weed all day, trying to get better. My stomach has been really just feeling not too good. But so let me see if I can get this right here. I I remember the first time I saw my wife. I remember I was with this guy, Black Randy, and it's funny we call him Black Randy. He was a black guy, but I mean, he was very. Yeah, it was like he was raised so white. It was just funny. He had no black mannerisms at all. but uh, but anyways, so I was sitting there, and it was in Pigeon Park, and I remember I think I showed you guys, any people that watch me know, I showed a place. I've seen the Pigeon Park, anyways. I was across the street, and I look over and I see this girl, man. She's in this red jumpsuit, dude, and she had this fucking rack like you wouldn't believe, and her hair was so long down to her ass, just beautiful, beautiful brown eyes, just great cheekbones. This chick was just amazing, man. And I was like, and I was dating I was dating that little hooker at the time. I told you, right? And I'm like, I'm like, who's that? And he's like, she's so and so's sister. That's your sister? Fuck, man. Wow. And so I think I went up there, and I'm like, I went to buy a toke off her. It's just to kind of break the ice, right? Because she sold dope. So I did that, and she asked to. She's like, come walk with me, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So we're just kind of. She's like, yeah, I don't like being alone or whatever. I'm like, cool. So I'm fucking just, yeah. I walked around, and she had to go do a few things, and went around, and yeah, that was like the first time I actually remembered laying eyes on my now wife, and I just remember how beautiful she was and how beautiful she still is. I mean, I'm in love with her more today than I ever was, and it was weird because so this is how I kind of got to know her. So now I'm this dealer on the block, right, and I worked with like a gang of Persians, right? So I had some clout on the block, and like I literally could, you know, I had a bit of juice. Um, so I would always be like, "Hey, you want to go do a talk, sort of thing." And she had this boyfriend, right? And and I had this girlfriend, and so I'd always sneak off to do a talk with her, and I'd always like want to sneak off somewhere so it's not just like real close, like and just sort of be alone with her, right? And yeah, so that was how we kind of got sort of knowing, and I remember just flirting with her all the time, and I'm just like, well, I remember saying to her, like, I got like a total crush on you, like, fuck, big time. And I remember she used to ride around on her bike, and actually, this is after. So we're kind of just, teasing a bit, and no, this was, yeah, and she used to flash me every once in a while. She'd just do this little flash. She had the nicest fucking rack ever on it. And so I was like, fuck, right on. And so we ended up hooking up one day, and I took her up to my room, and she she had her bike with her. So how did this work out? Anyways, we went upstairs, and we're getting high, and this, and she's like, I really want you to enjoy this sort of thing, and she's just, fuck, oh my god, wow, yeah. what an amazing woman. I fell in love with her right there. So we come out of the house, and yeah, dude, she had her bike, and her bike was in my room. And like I said, I worked with all these Persian guys, and my room was like a stash room, and we worked out of that room. So other guys would come in there and, to do whatever. So by this time, I'm starting to work, and her bike was still stashed in my room. And the guy that lived above me, he also worked with us, but he was this little goof, and he was always jealous of me. He was just an idiot. Like I literally had to teach him how to flip dope. Like he just would do what the boss told him, and I'm like, buddy, look, now like these guys sell it twice as cheap. Fuck, you sell their dope, and you take your money, and you work for yourself. You don't work for these idiots, type of thing. The guy's just a fucking idiot. He didn't have a clue. Anyways, but so he got jealous of me because I was, yeah, like I hooked up with girls, and I hooked up with the right people with the right weights and stuff. So he told her boyfriend at the time that her bike was in my room, because I guess didn't know where she was that night. And I remember I came out of the fucking out of my apartment, and just out of the corner of my eye, I see this running, and he's running after me with a fucking bat. And I don't know how it happened, what happened, but I diffused the situation, and I diffused. He never fucking hit me. He took a swing or two, I think, but we just kind of scuffled a bit. I think I threw my bike at him, and just we had a bit of a scuffle, and I got the bat away and just kind of started, yeah. So, anyways, this guy told on us, and yeah, just a funny little story. I guess that was the first time I actually kind of got together with my wife, sort of, but yet we still hadn't been fully together. Like we hadn't smashed yet, just kind of fooled around, right? And yeah, so that's part one. That's me meeting Lorene.